Okay, so we I'm like, fine, talk to the police chief. That works. She calls me back about 10 minutes later. She tells me, well, police chief said he'd like to have a meeting with you first before he signs off on anything. She's like, everything else is cool. And I'm like, all right, that's fine. So I talked to Rain and we discussed the schedule. So he's like, yeah, okay. I was like, well, I'm gonna go meet with him tomorrow. So let's push this till next week and we'll figure it out. And she's like, all right. So I have like an 8 o'clock meeting with the police chief, and which is ridiculous because I don't really ever get up before 11 or 12 anyway. So I'm like, all right, whatever. I'll drag myself out of bed. So next day comes. I hate life. Getting up early. Drive over to Chicago. Go have a meeting with the police chief, and waiting to go see him. That's me in the office. I sit down with him, and I literally sit down. He asks me, "What's the deal?" I break him down, tell him exactly what I told everybody else. We shoot this movie. We just want to do outside this scene, outside this bar. It's closed off. There's nothing going on there. It's closed. There's no way we'll interfere with anybody. It'll take us literally 20 to 30 minutes to film, and we'll be out of your hair. He looks at me and he tells me, "Well, we shut them down for drugs, and I would prefer you don't shoot there. So no." And I'm like, "Okay," and which doesn't make sense because he's already had his mind made up. So I don't understand why he had me come in and meet with him anyway. Um, just kind of dragged me out of bed for no reason. So that's a little irritating. So anyway, that whole debacle ended, and then we ended up trying to shoot it at in Portage. We got the parks department. Okay, so I thought it would be kind of funny if we shot it on some playground equipment, and we did that, and it was just a real big fucking train wreck. Like that, just it did not work. It just never came out right. So I mean, I think on the DVD that'll be special features. You can see this massive train wreck of a scene that was ruined because we couldn't do it the day that we had everything set to do. Um, so because of that, I have way more appreciation for people that choreography or I can't even speak. Sorry, I'm real sick. I've been sick the past couple of days. Um, I have a lot more respect for people who do choreographed scenes and or dancing or dance fighting. But I'll never ever attempt to do another one in anything I ever do again. It was just way too much of an hassle. But so anyway, the rest of the production went pretty smooth. No big hiccups. Very surprised with a lot of performances. It went great. Uh, One of the weird things on filming this movie is that the it was a semi-personal subject matter. So like some of the some of the scenes when we were filming, to hear the actor saying some lines of dialogue that like were almost verbatim conversations that I've had with somebody before was really weird. Really, really weird. Like seeing these things that you've said before and then seeing someone say them back to you, it was almost kind of like reliving that experience again, like a really bad case of deja vu. And it was just very bizarre. A couple times I kind of got goosebumps uh, just listening to it, some of the dialogue. But I mean, it came out that good. That's actors really hit their marks, or not their marks, but the actors really did their job because there's some scenes that even when we watched it, like I couldn't watch. I had to walk away because it was kind of like a little too intensely personal. But I mean, I guess that's really good. Um, but yeah, so all in all, it came out really great. We had our actual premiere was at the Portage 16 IMAX. We had a 370 person theater for the premiere, and we ended up getting in about 420 people, if not a little bit more. There was people were standing, people were sitting in the aisles. It was great. It was really awesome. Um, Definitely one of the biggest moments of my life thus far. Um, And especially with how foul the movie came out, I think there was like somebody counted, we had over 300 and maybe 26 fucks said in the entire movie, and just some of the subject matter. Very foul movie. We only had two people walk out. I don't blame them. It was actually right after one of the lines. One of the actors says a line that's something about uh, getting some random pink squish, and I don't even blame him because it was actually my friend's girlfriend and one of her friends, and she just left because her friend, I guess, was a pretty big Pentecostal chick or some kind of pretty hardcore religion that I guess they kind of offended her, and I can't blame that. I mean, it's a pretty foul movie, but I mean, we only had those two people walk out, and that was cool. It was a mix of age groups, and I mean, at the end of it, everyone got a round of applause. I guess a half standing ovation, kind of, and it was great. I mean, just the different reactions from everybody. I actually didn't mean to. I got kind of stuck at the end of the movie. Smoke in the eye. I got kind of by the end of the movie, I got stuck kind of right by the door. Like I said, there were scenes that I'm still not really comfortable with sitting down and watching. So, uh, yeah, like I got stuck by the door right when the movie was done, and so like I didn't even expect it, but I mean, as everyone was walking out, I just started kind of like shaking hands. So I shook like over 300 hands, and I mean, it was cool, man. It was just, I mean, the mass appeal that it seemed everyone gave towards it was awesome. The support for it was fantastic. I mean, uh, I couldn't ask for anything more. I mean, everybody laughed when they were supposed to. Everybody got kind of some of the smaller dialogue-y jokes. People got, they laughed, they enjoyed. Um, it was really cool. Um, even, I mean, the complaints we got were just like about the ending. Like they didn't really like people wanted to know what happened in the ending, and it kind of just left open, I guess, to interpretation. But it was great. It was a definite highlight. Couldn't ask for anything more. Um, it even got viewed by the person I like to call my muse. She saw it, and I was kind of really nervous that she was gonna like hate it or punch me or possibly, I don't know, stab me, I guess. But she liked it, and that was really cool. That was kind of a definite cool moment for us. Kind of, I guess, reignited or reconnected our friendship. So that was definitely an unforeseen plus. um, I'm trying to think. It was cool. It was very cool. Um, we had another viewing at after that initial viewing. We had another viewing at the bar at Clancy's where we filmed a lot of it at. That one not quite as a good a turnout as I had hoped, but still the people that did show up really enjoyed the movie. So that's kind of cool. Uh, it's actually kind of weird. Like I don't think I've ever been a part of anything that like I've had this much of uh, a mass appeal for. Like it's kind of strange. I'm not really sure how to take it yet. Like um, I've had a couple instances. One like a couple days after the Portage premiere, I was just kind of walking around Walmart buying DVDs. I think at like 2 in the morning, and some random person came up to me and asked me if I was the guy that did that movie, and I was like, yeah, and like I really liked it. It was a very enjoyable experience. Blah blah blah. And I was like, wow. I was like, thank you. And that was pretty cool. I mean, just randomly, some random person saying that, and a couple other experiences like that. It's pretty cool.